So I'm here with Missy, and she's here in the kitchen making s'mores. Now, go ahead and explain your illness for people who don't know what Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is.
Okay, I have vascular type Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder. Basically, it means my joints are a little too stretchy. My skin will look young and great for a long time, and certain organs don't work very well. And I've developed gastroparesis, so I don't digest food very well. And from Friday until yesterday, I didn't eat anything that I was able to keep down. I ended up throwing up everything, and today I'm starving, but I have to get a lot of calories in like little packages so that I can like satisfy my hunger without like filling up my stomach and causing more problems. So tonight's snack is s'mores.
S'mores. I like s'mores. Now, one thing I would like for you to explain a little bit more is having the gastroparesis, and that is something that's common with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome or not common?
It's very common.
Okay.
Most people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome do develop gastroparesis.
Okay.
And it's because your organs are also made of connective tissues, and so they don't work right sometimes.
Okay. And what's the life expectancy with this illness?
With vascular type, it is like mid-40s.
Okay.
And I'm 37.
And most people live that long, or just a few people live that long?
That's like the maximum known. I would say it's a small percentage. Most people die of hemorrhage in their 20s and 30s.
And Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is not something you can like develop or catch from somebody, right?
Right. You are born with it. It's in your DNA. It's in every cell, because basically your collagen is defective, and there's no way to get better. There's no way to catch it. There's no way to like get it eventually. Most people take a long time to get diagnosed. I wasn't diagnosed until I was 30. So,
and what's the reason that it's so hard to get it diagnosed?
most of the time it's because doctors won't listen to us.
Okay.
And when we tell them what's wrong, they immediately think that we're making it up. There's a saying in the medical community, like, when someone comes in with symptoms, you think and you hear hoofbeats, you think horses, not zebras, because most people are going to have something very common. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is characterized by a zebra because we are the zebras in the herd of hoofbeats that they're hearing. And honestly, like, my CPS first called on my parents when I was little. I was told it was all in my head. I received bad treatment just because they thought it was one thing and it was something else, and their treatment was killing me. Mm-hmm. I've had really, really bad experiences.
Yeah. So what eventually happened that it got diagnosed correctly?
I was changing the sheets on my bed, and I lifted up the mattress and I tore my hand off my arm inside. Like, all of the tendons holding my hand to my arm got torn. And I had to have surgery to fix it. And
how did that get you diagnosed?
The injury was severe for what I said had happened. And after I convinced the doctor that I was not being abused and I did not, like, have a car accident or something that I was trying to hide, he referred me to a geneticist because he started looking at my medical history and realized that there was something else going on.
Was there anything specific in your medical history that gave him that clue?
Organ rupture, hypermobility, chronic pain, eye problems, gastrointestinal problems.
Now,
a lot of stuff.
Just so people can see, Like your connective tissues are a lot more flexible than most people's.
Right.
And it's through your entire body. It's not just like one part or just in your organs.
Right. But I am older and I have had this disease for a long time, and my joints are not as bendy as they used to be because I've developed arthritis everywhere.
And for most people, arthritis is a terrible thing to get. Do you feel like arthritis was a terrible thing for you to get?
In some places, like my lower back, that's a terrible place to have arthritis. But arthritis in my shoulders, ribs, and, knees, not so much because it keeps things a little bit less bendy.
Good.
So I get injured a little bit less.
Now, when I met you, you could bend your fingertips all the way back to your wrist, bending it backwards. And that was a comfortable thing for you. There wasn't any discomfort in it.
Right. It didn't hurt at all.
Can you show me how far you can do it now?
It's not that far anymore.
Yeah, it's not that far anymore. But that's because of the arthritis and the injuries that keep causing damage.
I have injured both of my wrists from ligament and tendon tears.
Yeah, yeah. But your elbows still have a lot of the bendiness when I met you. Can you show me that?
Yeah.
Like how this video didn't capture that. Let's see. Can you see how they bend a bit far? And because of how loose the ligaments are.
And also this. The
way it sticks out?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was the thing around your wrist with your hand?
Oh, yeah, your pinky.
Yeah, let me come over here so we can see it. So being able to reach your pinky and cover the nail is what makes it a symptom?
Yeah.
Or a sign of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome?
Right, because normal people can't do that.
Okay, okay. And then if I was to dislocate my shoulder, they would probably take me to the emergency room and have the doctor pop it back in.
Yeah.
How does that work for you?
For me, whenever it does completely dislocate, it's very easy for me to just put it back in myself.
Okay.
Most of the time it'll stretch like a rubber band and then snap back in on itself, and that's called subluxation. I get those every day. But it doesn't fully just dislocate all the time.
Okay. And when you have a full dislocation, how painful is it for you?
It's extremely painful.
Okay.
It's every bit as painful as it is for a normal person.
Except that it happens a lot more often?
Yeah, and I can take care of it myself.
Okay. Good, good. Is there anything else that's really noticeable about having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that makes you different than most of the rest of the people?
We tend to look really young. Our eye shape is a particular way. We have rings of darker color around our iris at the outside.
Okay.
We have very fair skin. We, vascular type patients, you can see our veins through our skin. We have great hair, great skin. That's pretty much it as far as outwardly looking.
Now, I've heard you say that a lot of other people with Ehlers-Danlos syndrome are told not to do physical activity.
Yeah, some doctors think that the more active you are, the more prone you are to injury. And while that is true, it's if I hadn't been dancing my whole life, I'd be in a wheelchair right now. And I'd be a lot more depressed. So physical activity for me has made my joints stronger because my muscles are able to stabilize them where my ligaments and tendons can't. And I was lucky enough to have a doctor when I was a teenager that told me to keep my muscles strong because it's going to keep my body stable.
Good, good. Now, with the problem you're having with gastroparesis, some people may misinterpret that in the way that they've learned about weight and that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But you told me that if you lose more than so many pounds, then the doctor's going to make you get a feeding tube because there's some danger, right?
Yeah, you can't continue to lose weight forever and expect to be healthy. So yeah, like right now, obviously I'm overweight, a lot less overweight now than I was when the gastroparesis reared its ugly head. I've lost almost 50 pounds. Well, actually 52 pounds now since October. It is now May. And yeah, like I've got probably another 30, 35 pounds before they start getting concerned enough to be like, yeah, we gotta start thinking about feeding tubes, which I really, really, really don't want.
Okay, good. Now, I'd like to, on another video, talk about foods that really work for you and foods that don't work for you.
Okay.
Because some people who have this are definitely going to want to hear about the foods that work for having Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. Not necessarily for everyone, but for you. Because I've noticed that there are some foods that work really well for you and others that do not.
Right.
So, okay, great. Is there anything else you wanted to mention on this video? Besides being a zebra?
If you're interested in following me, if this video brought you any kind of value and you want to share it with your friends, just hit the like button. And subscribe if you want to keep in touch. And my Twitter and Instagram and Facebook are going to be at the bottom. And yeah, just thanks for joining me to hear my perspective.
Yeah. Also, I know you are a part of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome support groups.
Yes.
And if somebody doesn't know about that, I think that they should be able to find a link to that.
Yes, and there's a lot of great information on Ehlers-Danlos.com. It's EHLERS-DANLOS.com. That's the link to the National Association, and they can point you in the right direction.
And if somebody has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or they think they might, is it okay if they email you some questions about that?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
My contact information will be below the video, and yeah, definitely reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you.
Okay, great. All right. We'll see you next time.